Welcome folks. So today we're going to test the difference between a full comp and a full skip chain. We're going to run it in a couple different species of wood, a couple different diameters, that way we can test, different time differences. We've got just some stock Husky chain, 38050. They're both new, still in the box. We haven't sharpened them at all. So we'll run these and check out a couple different times. Before we do that though, we got some equipment to warm up. We got wood to get unburied from the snow, so we'll fire up the red truck, get the crane warmed up, and then we gotta dig wood out of that pile over there. So we'll get going on that and then saw into some wood. Cold weather has struck and we lost our battery in the red truck, so I'm going to put a little charge on it, then we can get going. I think it was like 25 below last night, and it's currently, I can only get up to like 10 or 12 below right now, so struggling in the cold, but we'll get her. Love the old Dodge Dash. Alright, attempt number 2. See if we can get anything going this time. We're missing some teeth on the flywheel, so we gotta search around through the gears, find a spot where it'll actually start. Going good now. We'll leave the Dodge on it for a little bit, let the battery charge up, just kind of help it along. We got a new alternator in this, so it should charge just fine, but just to be sure, I'll leave that thing on there. In the meantime, we'll get a chain swapped over on the 562, and then hopefully it'll be warmed up enough and we can pluck out some logs from over there in the pile. Alright, we're going to start with the skip tooth first, I think. That's what we want to go with. Going to do the good chain shuffle. I don't know if anyone else hates this as much as I do, but I'm not a big fan of untangling these. It really kind of sucks, especially when you're out in the woods. we'll probably cut to 5 hours later. All right, well, we'll get out the other one. Show you the difference. There we go. So you can see skip tooth has a cutter every third tooth, whereas the full comp, it's every other tooth, or every other link has a cutting edge. So that essentially just reduces your friction in the wood. The purpose is that if you're running, so like on this saw, it's only a 60cc saw, not the most powerful thing ever. If you have the whole bar sunk in the wood, you've got less drag if you have half the number of teeth than you would if you had a full comp chain. So really the main point of a skip tooth is to allow a smaller saw to run a longer bar in bigger wood. But we're going to test that. We'll see big time differences on the two as we test through a couple different sizes of wood. We'll go everything from 4 or 5 inch wood up to like 20 inch wood and see the time difference. But for now, we'll get this new skip chain on. I've got a skip chain on it now, but it's pretty old. I've just about miled it out. And got this stuck up, so that's cool. Not clean my saw the last time I put it away. I definitely should have. Because now my capture nuts are not staying captured. They're all sticky. Alright, put this one on. So what we'll do is we'll run probably 5 cuts in each size and species of wood, and then we'll average out the times. That way we kind of we'll fire up the saw, let it warm up a minute, go run the hydraulics on the red truck, and then go fish out some wood. probably entirely unnecessary to use this truck for that little project, but hey, I like using it and I have it, so why not? I've got a couple pieces picked out. So I've got a little 4-inch piece of balsam fir, and I've got this, let me see what it is, probably, yeah, it's 8-inch piece of aspen. And then over here we've got probably a 6-inch piece of Doug fir, and then whatever this is, I'll cut off of this other end, it's a little cleaner. 16-inch, 15-inch piece of Doug fir, butt log. And then we got one more stick over here I'll probably saw into. It's a little cleaner wood. Another stick of Doug fir. One of these two, either this one or the one above it. And then the last piece I'll do is this stick of popple here, or sorry, aspen. I'll cut through this, got this knot off the end, and then we got a pretty clear section there to run a few cuts on. All this stuff is sub, I'd say 22% moisture, so it's not real wet, it's not real dry. It'll be good just for testing. So we'll go get the saw and get going here. Alright, we'll skip those other chunks of wood. I think that was plenty enough for this. Try and do this one-handed. We'll go switch over to the full comp chain and give her another whirl. I don't really hold a whole ton of preference on which chain to use. I use both a fair bit. None of the wood I run in is really that big. I occasionally get into some 40-inch Doug fir, but I get bigger saws for that. Anyway, on this little saw, I don't think it, for me, it really hasn't mattered a whole lot. It's basically whatever's at the saw shop, I'll buy and use. Now, I've never actually done a test like this and found out, though, if there is actually a huge difference in how it all times out. But we'll see. My gut feeling is that the full comp will likely, what do I do with my switch? Is that it is not going to be a huge difference in time, except for on the really big stuff. But I guess we're fixing to find out now, aren't we? Alright, well, I'll, when I go through and edit all this, I'll get the actual times on everything. Being that I'm working alone, I can't really time myself while I'm doing it, so I decided to skip over that stuff and this little bit of aspen here, because I figure those few pieces I cut will probably be a good baseline to go off of. So for now that I get the saw out, I'm going to keep bucking up some firewood, because I'm about out in the garage. So I'm going to keep on trucking with this. All right, we got the numbers. So the only real standout is on the 4-inch balsam. The skip tooth was faster, which is kind of odd. It was about 10% faster on your average time. But everything else, the full comp chain was faster. You can see the percentages there at the bottom of how much faster each one was. I won't go rattle through all the numbers. You can pause this and read them if you want, but that's what they look like. It's kind of strange that the smallest one, you know, the 4-inch balsam being a really soft wood and really small, that the skip tooth was a little faster on. And I ran it again off camera. I did another 5 cuts on each one, and it was the same deal. It was like 10.5% faster. So that's strange. I wasn't really expecting that. I kind of figured that that this chain would be slower in the bigger wood. I guess maybe I need to do just bigger wood. That was only a 16-inch piece of Doug fir, so maybe I get a 20 or a 24-inch piece. Being that this is a 24-inch bar, maybe that'll make the skip tooth faster, or maybe I need to go to a longer bar. I really thought that the skip tooth would have performed a little better, being that this isn't a huge saw. I kind of figured this saw would be small enough too. So maybe the other thing is I could try it skip versus full on something over here. I got some other saws that we could do that with that are a little smaller. I got a 359 and some other little steels. And I also got a 50 in my truck. So maybe we try that, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But this is the totals, averages, whatever, percentage faster. Yeah. We'll catch you guys on the next one.